I told you last week about an officer who killed a 13-year-old boy after mistaking his toy AK-47 for a real rifle. We now know more about the officer. His name is Deputy Erick Gelhaus, 48 years old. He's been identified as a firearms instructor, a hunter, a war veteran who in the past has warned other officers that they may need to use lethal force to survive an encounter. Gelhaus is a frequent contributor to law enforcement magazines, online forums where he promotes officer safety. He served as an infantry squad leader in Iraq, according to his online profiles, and he describes himself as an avid hunter. He once accidentally shot himself in the leg in 1995 while on duty, reportedly while attempting to holster his gun. Officials say he has not fired upon a suspect in 24 years with the agency, of course, until this incident. And this is I've gotten 10 or 15 emails about this, Lewis. Some say clearly this is a guy who has qualifications that tell us that the problem is that these fake guns look too much like real guns. And that's where the problem is, because even someone so experienced could not ascertain that it was not a real gun that the 13-year-old boy, Andy Lopez Cruz, had in his hands. The other set of emails says a guy who is presumably at the top level of being a firearms instructor, firearms safety, etc., made such a drastic mistake in shooting a little kid with a fake gun. I don't know which side to fall on. I just don't know if we will ever truly have all the information we need to make that assessment.
Right. You've got, I agree with, I do agree with those people that it is a problem that the gun looks so realistic. It was a very realistic looking gun. But I'm also having a hard time wondering why you would shoot such a young kid if that kid doesn't pull the trigger first, which of course never happened.
Right.
So I don't really know what I can determine here.
And then more broadly speaking, because we have so many of these instances where a so-called responsible gun owner who's an expert in gun safety shoots themselves or someone else, or another way proves themselves not to really be an expert, increasingly I have a harder and harder time just taking these credentials at face value.
Yeah, it seems like these credentials at this point really mean nothing. I mean, this guy shot himself in the leg while holstering his own pistol. I mean, clearly he's not the most competent guy despite all of his accolades.
Send me your thoughts on this. Fair criticisms of the officer or not? On today's bonus show, we will talk about R. Kelly hiring an impersonator to play his show. Whenever I hear the name R. Kelly, I think back to high school where he was involved in really weird pseudo-sexual incidents with young girls, and anytime I hear R. Kelly, I'm curious what he's up to. We'll also talk about Russia claiming that China is bugging clothing irons in order to listen in, and we'll talk about the NYPD versus longboarders. I saw video of this. It is truly funny. That's all on today's bonus show, davidpakman.com/membership. We're supported mostly by you, so please consider a David Pakman Show membership.